I'm excited to welcome on top player in 2022, aka Bransford. What's going on today?
What's up, guys?
Let's just kind of get into this. You're part of 2022. You're obviously our top 10 player in the country. Take us to what recruitment's kind of looking like right now for you.
Right now for recruiting, it's been an awesome experience. Just getting able to build these relationships and all that. For me, since about to be a junior, when you're a junior on September 1st, they're allowed to contact you. So starting September 1st, I think like the recruiting process will pick up a lot more. I think like in a couple of weeks, especially, I want to do it like before September 1st. I want to narrow down to my top 10. So in a couple weeks, like that'll be coming out. I haven't really nailed it down. Like I haven't told any schools or anything, but I know like I want to do it definitely before September 1st. So
That's big time. And obviously, you have a lot of schools I can imagine already been offering you, have serious interest in you. What are you looking for in a college? Like, what's it going to take for a school to make your top 10?
for me, relationships are really big. Like I'm a really big family person, so knowing that I have a good relationship with the coaches, good relationship with like the players and stuff, because I'm not really sure if I'm gonna stay close or go far, but either one that I'm gonna do, like my parents aren't gonna be there for me every step of the way. So I want to go somewhere where I have a lot of trust in the staff and the players, and just somewhere where I feel like it's kind of home. Also, like I want to have a chance to win. Like I want that opportunity. I want to go to like a winning program, a winning culture, somewhere where we can compete to maybe possibly win a national championship. So definitely like winning and relationship, building relationship and culture. All that's really important to me.
You brought one point up that is a big piece in a lot of people's recruitment, and that is the staying close to home aspect. And I think especially with COVID, with all the stuff going on in the country, a lot of people have tended to kind of want to stay closer to home. Is that something you would prefer, or even like doing, staying somewhere close to home?
It doesn't really matter to me. Like at first I was like, I don't know, like growing up, being away from home, like that's gonna be tough. Like I said, I'm really close to my family, but as I'm like growing up, as I'm becoming more mature, I feel like it doesn't really matter as long as, like I said, the school feels like home. So no matter if it's close, no matter if it's far, I don't really have a preference. I don't really care in that aspect. Just like I said, as long as I feel like I fit there.
Absolutely. And when you talk about wanting to go to a big program, and we know some of the blue bloods out there, it's always appealing to people. Would going to one of the top schools out there that win continuously at Oregon, UConn, something like that be appealing to you?
Yes, it would be appealing to me, especially they have a chance to win. I know when I was like picking my high school, like Mount Notre Dame has a culture of winning, and I think that was very like I made the right choice doing that because yes, like there's places out there where I feel like I'll be comfortable, but you always want to have a chance to win. You always want to be on a team where like it's a winning culture where you don't expect anything less than that. So I'm not necessarily saying like, oh, we got to win a national championship, but just having the opportunity to compete and be in there for like kind of be in there.
Let's talk about high school a little bit. You guys had your season cut short because of COVID. You guys were undefeated up to that point. Take us through the ups and downs of the year and just what it was like going out there and pretty much winning every game.
Yeah, so this year was my sophomore year. Our freshman year, we had a great year. We won state, so that was really good. And I knew that coming into this year, we were gonna have to really work hard because everybody like we had a target on our back.
Mhm.
We lost or a lot of seniors. I think it was seven, two starting seniors last year. So coming into this year, I was like, I really had to step up and really had to take on that leadership role because last year I was a freshman. I had other people that could do that for me, but this year I had to kind of grow into that. So coming in this year, I was really worked hard. Our team, we were a really close team. We like had a really good relationship with each other, and I felt like that helped us like winning and stuff because we kind of played for each other. Our Coach Rogers, he was a great coach. He had us really prepared every game. We didn't look at like two games before, in the future. We always took one game at a time, and we really focused on that. So I know like our first game, we played the number one team in the country, and coming out to that game, like it was a very tough game, a very tough team. lots of tall players. We went into overtime that game and ended up winning, I think, by 2, I want to say, like on the last second shot. So that game was great, and that really helped us with the season, like set it off, set the standard high. And just every game after that, we just competed and really took one game at a time, just trying to get to state. It was really crazy, like for our state to get canceled because we were supposed to go up Final Four. I think our bus left at like 2 o'clock, and we had our prep rally and everything. And then like at 1 o'clock, they said, oh, it's canceled. So that was really tough. Like it was hard on a lot of us, especially our seniors. Like it was really tough on them. Just like they can't play in another game. They didn't know that that last game was our last. So this year, like I'm just really looking forward to it and playing for them and trying to get back to the Final Four to, so we can finish like what we started.
And as you said, I mean, you kind of stepped into a lot bigger role last year, kind of became the face of the team, one of the go-to players. You averaged close to 20 a game, almost 7 rebounds, 3 assists. What was it like kind of embracing the new role and only as a sophomore and kind of becoming a leader of a team?
It was really tough. There's games where like I felt like, oh, I need to do better. Like, of course, I got frustrated with myself during the season, but we had great leaders before that. Our seniors were great. Our juniors were great. Like our upperclassmen were just great at really guiding me, guiding all of us underclassmen, and I feel like that's what really made the team. Being able for them to like kind of guide us and show us because they've been there, they've done that before. Our senior class, they've been to 2 state championships. They've won two state championships, so they knew kind of what it took, and they really helped me with that role. Like I said, I was had to step up and be a leader, and they really did a great job of like talking me through it, talking me through the tough games. When I had a good game, like it was celebrated. So I had great people around me, so it didn't make it like that much harder. So yeah.
And ultimately, I can imagine your main goal is to win 4 straight state championships. Obviously, you can probably only win 3 total. For that, what kind of your biggest goals? I mean, obviously, like I said, I'm sure you want to win state championships in the next 2 years. What's some of the big goals and accolades you want to do over the next couple seasons?
Yes, I really haven't thought like much about this. Like you said, winning state, that was always coming in the M&D, like they're a great school. And that was always like my goal to try to win 4 state championships because people at Mount Notre Dame, they did it before. So I just kind of wanted to rehab that happen. And our senior class, they would have went to 3 if they would have went this year. So yeah, that's a big goal of mine, winning these next 2 years. So that's really, as a team goal, that's our team goal.
I believe you already eclipsed 1,000 points for your career now. What's the next goal? I mean, do you kind of plan to hit 2,000, 2,500? I mean, what's kind of scoring goal to set for yourself?
Yeah, so our last game, I hit my 1,000 points. And, like, technically, if you calculate it all right, I should be able to hit my 2,000 points. That's really what I'm planning on doing. And I just hope that I can do that. And like I said, I'm a winning person. So, like, that stuff's all great. But if we're not winning, it's not going to be as great. So, yes, I want to hit my 2,000 points, hopefully by the end of my high school career, and also win while doing it.
No doubt. You also have been able to do stuff for the country, playing with Team USA. Obviously, you're wearing the shirt right now. You're a gold medalist. What does it feel like to be a sophomore and be a gold medalist?
It's pretty crazy. I never thought I would have this like opportunity when I got invited to USA. I was very excited and just hoping that like I can make the team. And when I went to the tryouts, like I really prepared really hard for it, like months in advance. And it was a lot of preparation that had to take into it. It was very hard at times. Even in the tryouts was very stressful. Just not knowing like if you're gonna make it, if you are gonna make it. They had so many great players. Like all the players around the country coming to compete in one building. Like I think it started off with like 100 and something people who tried out, and then like each day they had cuts, and all that was pretty stressful. I feel like my preparation was key, and knowing that I prepared for this and I worked for this, and I just had to get out there and go on the court and show like what I've been preparing for. and all that. And I've just been very grateful. And I've met some of like my best friends going to USA. And then when we traveled to Chile, it was a very great experience. Like our team was really good. This year I think the championship game we played Canada, and I want to say we beat them by like 30 points, I think. So we were very talented. It was just great, very great experience to play with some awesome girls. They're all like top in the country. We actually like last week we hung out just for a whole week, just like no basketball, just hanging out as friends and stuff. So like I have those relationships, and I know that these relationships will build us and go for a long way. Hopefully next year, like we will be able to try out again and kind of do this again, because this, like I said, the experience was great. It was amazing just getting those relationships and having the experience to play with those really good girls. It really helped me improve my game when I came back home. Just it made me grow in my game, like in my mental state, physical state, all of that. So I'm really looking forward to doing it again next year.
Let's talk about the tryout process a little bit more. I mean, for those that don't know, I mean, as you said, about 100 of the best girls in your class competing. Day in, day out, there's cuts being made. You have different camps throughout the year. As you go day by day, you keep seeing your name make the list. You keep making the cut. What's going through your mind? And ultimately, when you see that you are on the roster, what kind of was your mindset? How excited did you get after you saw that?
My mindset, it was going crazy. So the way they did it, like after each, like when they had their cuts in each session, they would post like a little paper on the thing, and it was just your numbers. So I would be looking like through my numbers, like, okay, I hope my number's on here. And it was very stressful, but like I said again, like even if I would have got cut, like it was just an amazing experience and all. And then when I made the team, like you came in, the way they did it was like you went into a meeting room, and like you had to leave out after, and you couldn't come back. So you couldn't count like, oh, this person made it, so like you'll probably make it. So you couldn't count and do all that. So when I made it, like I was really happy. The first thing I did was call back home, call my parents, told them how grateful. Like it was just a really great experience. I never would have thought like I would have made it. That was my first year, so I never would have thought like I would make it. I was just going for the experience. But it was just really amazing and really surreal.
And so you get on that team. You guys obviously got to Chile. You guys won defeat. You guys did your thing. Just being around all the best girls that were able to make that team, though. How special was that? And just what were some of your favorite memories from the trip?
It was very special. My favorite memories probably was the training camp. So after we made the team, we went back home, I want to say for like 4 days, and we came back for the training camp, and it was 2 days every single day. That was probably the hardest thing I've ever went through, like mentally, physically. Like we were in Colorado, so like the air was kind of different. So it was very crazy, and how we all reacted to it was definitely different. Some people were a lot prepared than others, but like us just going through it together, we all stayed in the same room. So after each 2 a day, like we would just literally fall on our beds, go to sleep. So I would say like that was my favorite experience. They did give us like fun days where like we went to the movies. One time like we went laser tag. So all that was really fun. Also another experience that I remember, we were just talking about it last weekend, was the food. The food in Chile was like not the best food. And like our parents, so they would give us like a lunch at like, and it was like a bag, and it was like bread and butter and like nothing else in it. It was just all so weird, and like we didn't really enjoy it that much. So we had our parents like bring us snacks, and the coaches like were not happy about that. They're like, you need to go through what everyone else goes through. It shouldn't be any special treatment. So we were all just like laughing about that. That was like a really funny experience, the food. But other than that, like the girls are great. Like we all had different personalities, and it all just, the way they like chose the team was really great. Like we all bonded really well. Even on the court, like we all just played and fit really well. So I feel like USA did a really good job of picking that team.
By going to USA camps, you obviously get to be around the best players. You get to find some people that you really connect with, really build great relationships with, and ultimately, it comes time for college. Sometimes that's where we see some people team up in both genders playing. Would you say there's anyone that you really became close to that you could see yourself or you even talk to or possibly want to team up with at college?
Yeah, so a couple girls, Sonia Citron and Olivia Miles, they are going to Notre Dame together.
Mm.
There's a couple other girls that like I can see myself going to college just because like our colleges fit match up. Me and Kiki Rice, like we became really close. I go and I visit her, I think, at our house one time last August. So me and her were really close. She's not committed. Lauren Betts isn't committed. A lot of the 2022s aren't committed. I'm pretty sure all the 2021s are committed. So it's just kind of, I wouldn't say I would like just go to school just with someone just because, but like if our schools match up, which a lot of our schools do, I can like really see us going to school together. And like that would be really good. Like a lot, like I said, there's some really good players, very talented. So to be able to play with them again would be awesome.
So on your recruiting list, I mean, how important would it be or how appealing would it be to possibly team up with someone? I mean, where would that kind of fall on your list in terms of important parts of a college?
I won't say it's like too important. Like I said, if it happens, like it happens. Me and Kiki Rice, we've talked about it before, but like she has her own preference of schools that like fits her needs, and I have mine. So, like if it happens, it happens. But I wouldn't say like that's like a big thing on my list.
Okay, gotcha. You are also ambidextrous. I mean, take us through that and what it's like being able to use both hands playing basketball.
Yeah, so like I do a lot of stuff with my left hand. Like I write with my left hand dominantly, but like I can write with my right hand if my left hand gets tired. So
Mm-hmm.
on the basketball court, I feel like it's very beneficial. Everybody's always saying, especially like when I was younger, they would always be like, force her left. And that would just kind of make me kind of happy because I'm actually better finishing on the left hand side. And I would just like kind of laugh and so it's been very beneficial. I tried to like learn how to shoot with my left hand. It didn't go as well but like jump shots and stuff, but hopefully like as I mature, as my left hand gets stronger, in that sense maybe I can be able to shoot both hands.
And when did you first start kind of realizing you could use both hands?
um Well, I never really honestly realized it until like I was a little bit older because I thought that everybody could use like both of their hands. Like when I was little, people were like, I would eat with this hand, like my right hand, and eat with my left hand as well. And I didn't know like people ate with only one hand. I didn't know like that was a thing. I thought everybody could kind of do both. But one day, like I was with some friends and they're like, "Oh my gosh, like you're doing it left hand, right and left hand," and I was like can't everybody? But yeah, that's I've kind of figured it out like on my own, seeing that other people really couldn't do that.
That's awesome. And for AU wise, obviously hasn't gone as planned as a lot of people wanted to have happen. I believe you were going to run Cincinnati Angels. Why'd you choose them?
Cincinnati Angels, my little sister, she actually played with them since like second grade, and I played with Cincinnati's finest from second grade up until the summer of my eighth grade year.
Mhm.
So the switch, I've been playing with Cincinnati's finest for so long. Great organization, really prepared me for what kind of player I am today. And then switching over, I just felt like my sister was already in the program, and I already knew like all the coaches and stuff. And they, like I said, they have a culture of winning, so that was a big thing. And then also just how they ran their organization. They're a great organization. Like and they're here in Cincinnati. Like I don't have to go out into like another state or something to go play on a team. Like they're here in Cincinnati. They have their own facility. So like I can go into the facility, the Angels facility at any time of the day, any time of the year that I want to just go shoot. Like they have the gun, all that. So like their facility was a big thing, and then just how they carried themselves. I would recommend Cincinnati's Angels any to anybody, any young girl that's looking to develop their game, because they really will develop you, and it's really all about the kids, like the coaches, the owners of the team. Like we wanted to protect ourselves from COVID, so we didn't go to any tournaments, but they really took advantage of having their own facility, and they brought teams in just to make it safe. They hosted them, like had food and all that provided for them. So, like I said, like they really did what was best for us and had a chance for us to still be able to compete while doing it safely. So, that was another big thing is how the coaches and how the adults of the program like really they treat us like college players, and I really wanted to be set up and ready for college. So that was like a very good opportunity. They travel like a college team. Like you don't stay with your parents, you stay with your teammates. So that all really would help me get prepared for college.
You didn't mention playing with your sister. She plays basketball as well, and I think everyone out of any sport, whenever you see brothers and sisters play together, it's a different kind of bond. It's special to see that. What's it like playing with her?
Yes, so she is going to be in the 8th grade. So my senior year and her freshman year will be able to play together. And I'm really looking forward to that. She's more of like a shooter. So we always talk about like, oh, like I'll be able to drive and kick it out to you. And you hit that shot. But I'm really looking forward to playing with her, seeing what it looks like. I know people say like you go through like, oh, you might argue at home and stuff like that. But me and her are really close, so I don't feel like that will be a big problem. So I'm really looking forward to being able to play with her.
That's awesome. And you also have athletes that's kind of in your family. Three uncles that played Division I football. What's it just been like kind of growing up in just a family line of just athletes?
It's been very like beneficial for me. I would say like my family's very competitive, and that's kind of where I got it from. Like it doesn't matter, we can be playing Monopoly, any board game, like it's gonna be competitive. So I feel like I bring that on the basketball court, and I'm just like I'm not happy with losing. I'm not take losing well because my family's like that. Like we're always competing. It doesn't matter like what it is, we're always gonna compete. So growing up in a family of athletes, you just like have that, and I feel like that's very beneficial for me.
Without a doubt. And a couple of things before I let you go. One is you also have a workout page. Take us through why you decided to start that up and who kind of inspired you to want to start that.
Yeah, so I have been seeing like I would watch different people have their workout pages and stuff, and I thought like it would be very beneficial. Like I have a platform, I feel like, and being able to just show like things for younger girls to be able to do. Like people hit me in my DMs all the time, just asking like certain drills to do, what it takes to be this. So I just thought like why not make a page where I could have that thing and have it so they can like learn and just learn like my knowledge from what I know from what I went through my experiences. And I just thought it was like a good platform. And then also for like any athletes, and I just didn't want it to be just like straight basketball. Like any athletes, you can go on the page and find something new and learn something new about it, ask questions. It's just kind of a platform for younger kids growing up wanting to be successful, wanting to be a college athlete.
That's awesome. And how about off the court, man? At some point, the ball will stop bouncing. What's some of the career paths you kind of looked at you that would kind of interest you whenever you're done playing basketball?
I'm thinking more like broadcasting. My uncle, he works at ESPN, and he took me on a tour, and I really fell in love with it. I love talking to people, being a people person, and being able to stay in the game of basketball or just sports, period, really excites me, and that's really what I want to do. So I was thinking, like, why not broadcasting? Why not do something like at ESPN? That stuff's really cool, being able to stay in the game, and then also, like I said, like I'm a people person. So I would be able to work with people every single day and doing something that I love. So I was thinking more broadcasting.
That's awesome. And one thing I was like wrapping up with is talking about your legacy. By the time you're done playing basketball someday, what do you want your legacy to be for what you do on the court as well as off of it?
I would want people to always remember me. Like if we're talking, I want me to impact them, impact something in their life, and and then my faith. I want them to be able to see something like inside me. Like I really put God in front of like everything. Like I thank God for my ability to play basketball. Thank God for my ability to have like a great family, great people around me. So like I want them to see that in me when they're talking to me. I want them to see that I am someone who thanks God. I am someone who God is like controlled over my life, and I want that to be seen when I'm like just talking to them, conversating with them.
And that's also a huge thing. I mean, being a believer in this world, I mean, how would you say some of the biggest thing God's kind of shown up in? Like, what's some of the biggest moments you've seen in your life God kind of show up and kind of help you?
So God, I'm always like, I go to church and all that. So God's been, like my parents really implemented God in my life. So, just, I see it pretty much every day. Just, I thank God for me having a house, having people around me, going to a really good school and all that. So like, and then also my Nana, she lived with me and she passed, and I just thank God for me being able to be strong enough to like get through that. And like, I know some people that can't, like, it was a very hard time for them to get through like a loss of someone that they love. But I just always really thank God and looked at the brighter side of things, and just kind of kept God in my life to have a strong family behind me, being there for me, loving me still.
Couldn't agree more, man. I think whenever you have God obviously behind you, you obviously have things that happen, and He obviously is the alpha and omega, and it can always help you through things.
Yes.
And so, I mean, the last thing then, as you continue to move up your levels, you go to college, you become a pro, what do you ultimately want to plan? How do you kind of plan to continue to spread God's word and make an impact for His world?
Yes, I definitely, once like I get older, especially, and I get like a bigger platform, I want to like implement, like I said, I want people to know that God is controlled over my life, and that I do thank Him for all the things. So I just want to continue to like spread that and have that, and especially if I ever have like a bigger platform or a big platform, like I want that to be known so it can be spread around the world.
Absolutely. Well, I definitely appreciate you taking time to come on today, and best of luck from here on out.
Thank you so much.
God bless.
Thank you. You too.